Hiya there, this is my bookshelf tour for shelf number 8. If you haven't seen my other shelf videos, all of the links are in the description. And with that said, let's get on with the 8th and final shelf of my bookshelf tour. Pure Imagination, the making of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That is the original movie adaptation of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, not the Tim Burton version. Sherlock Chronicles. Tom Daly, My Story. Tom Daly's autobiography. London 2012 Olympic Games, the official book. Maggie Smith, a biography by Michael Coveney. I Am Ozzy by Ozzy Osbourne. The Good Psychopath's Guide to Success by Kevin Dutton and Andy McNabb. Okay, this next one is just Spooky Tales, which is a collection of short, kind of scary tales. Whoology speaks for itself, the psychology of Doctor Who. Ideas for children's writers. It's a Wonderful Word by Albert Jack. Happiness by Design by Paul Dolan. Touch by David J. Linden. Thomas, or as it says on the back, There Is Only Money and Sex. A Brief Guide to Greek Myths. A Brief Guide to Celtic Myths and Legends. Tales of the Norse Gods. Canterbury Tales. A retelling by Peter Ackroyd. Was originally by Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer's stories, including The Miller's Tale, retold in a way that we can digest it now. It's told in modern prose rather than, I want to say Old English, but my English teacher would have bit my head off if I was to call it that. So let's just say Chaucer's English. And if you don't know what that means, the best thing I can suggest you do is Google what the original version of The Miller's Tale reads like, and get this book and compare. Animal Farm by George Orwell. Now, you may be wondering, why isn't this with 1984 in shelf number 3? And the simple answer is the editions are completely different, and I want to get Animal Farm in the same edition as 1984, just so it looks nice on the shelf. However, I have read Animal Farm, and it's this edition that I read. When I do get the new edition, needless to say, then I will join the two books together. Dante's Inferno, also known as the Divine Comedy. The Book of Lost Things by John Connolly. Hero.com and Villain.net series by Andy Briggs, which consists of Rise of Heroes, Council of Evil, Virus Attack, Dark Hunter, Crisis Point, Power Surge, Chaos Effect, Collision Course. I only read the first 2 books, which I believe came out when I was 18. Definitely not the intended age audience, but I enjoyed it all the same. The same could be said with most of these books, actually. Quite a lot of them are kids' books, but never mind. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Movie Diary by Jeff Kinney. This next series is co-written between Dylan and Cole Sprouse and somebody else who I forget the name of, but it's nowhere to be mentioned on the cover. The series is 47 Ronin, and consists of 6 books. The Revelation, The Showdown, The Getaway, The Siege, The Betrayal, and The Comeback. Skullduggery Pleasant, The End of the World by Derek Landy. The Never-Ending Story by Michael End. Unfortunately, I was only able to find it with the movie cover, and the movie actually only covers the first half of the book. What I like about this book especially is when you're in the real world it's one font, and when you're in Fantastica, which really should be Fantasia because it just sounds better, but it's a direct German translation, so Fantastica is what it's called all the way through the book. When you are in Fantastica, it is a totally different font to when you're in the real world, and it makes it very easy to tell where you are. Terrible Old Games You've Probably Never Heard Of by Stuart. You've probably never heard of this book, never mind the games within it. I watch Stuart Ashens' YouTube. If you don't and you're interested in this book, I will put a link to his channel and go nuts and subscribe to him because he's awesome. I backed this book to be made, and so did many others, and as a result I got the digital edition, so it's on my Kindle, and I got a physical copy which is slightly different to what is now in print for everyone to get their hands on. I believe the only difference is mine has a dust jacket, to be honest. It's just a really nice book and very, very strange subject matter which fits right up my alley. That is all of the books on my bookshelves. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you in my next video, guys.